Hello everyone, I'm Danielle from Pangolin Photo Safaris, and this is the Sony $5,000 kit challenge. We've done one for Canon, we've done one for Nikon, and now it is Sony's turn. In this video, I'll be putting together my ideal combination of all Sony gear specific to wildlife photography that I would buy for $5,000. Sony is one of the front runners in mirrorless technology. They are producing cameras of superb quality, and their range of E-mount lenses for their mirrorless cameras is expanding fast. So let's see what fits in the budget. First up, the camera. I chose the Sony Alpha A7R IIIA camera. This camera comes in at a price of $2,798. It was released very recently and it replaces the Alpha A7R III. The only difference between the two is that the A model has a higher resolution LCD screen, the Sony logo under the LCD screen has been removed, and the USB port has been upgraded. It features a 42.4 megapixel full frame sensor, and it shoots at up to 10 frames per second, as well as Ultra HD 4K video. It has 5-axis in-body image stabilization, dual SD card slots, of which one supports UHS-II cards. It features highly sensitive subject tracking. It is weather sealed and has a tilting touchscreen, which is great when you're shooting mirrorless because you don't have to shoot through the viewfinder for those low angle shots. You can just drop the camera and shoot straight off the LCD screen. It is worth a mention that this camera's low light performance competes strongly with higher end models of Nikon and Canon, and so does its dynamic range, as you can see on DxO's comparison here. Note that the A7R III and the A7R IIIA share the exact same sensor. This camera has everything you need to produce high quality wildlife images. The lens that I've chosen to go with this camera is the Sony 200-600mm f5.6 to 6.3 lens. It costs just under $2,000. I chose this lens firstly because it is extremely sharp and the quality of the images it produces is superb with a beautiful bokeh. It maintains a high resolution throughout the zoom range, and the autofocus is extremely fast. If you really need more zoom, it works very well with teleconverters, although I think 600mm is plenty of zoom for wildlife photography. The other reason that I love this lens is its versatility. The versatility that it provides for wildlife photography is just great. The telephoto range is perfect. You would be able to photograph a large variety of animals and birds, small birds even at the 600mm end of the focal length range. It features optical steady shot image stabilization that helps to minimize the appearance of camera shake, for example when you're shooting at slower shutter speeds, like when you're panning. It is weather sealed, and the zoom is designed with an internal zoom design, which means that the length of the lens doesn't actually change when you're zooming in and out, and that's also great to protect it from dust and other elements. Here are some images kindly supplied by Sony South Africa to demonstrate just how sharp this lens is. Some of them are taken with a teleconverter, as you will see in the settings. The next item I added to this kit is an SD card. This Lexar Professional 64GB SD card will work very well with the A7R IIIA. There are faster cards on the market, so have a look out for special deals on these, but this one is the one that fit in the budget. Most computers do have a slot for an SD card, but if yours doesn't, you would have to get yourself a card reader in addition to the SD card. Also, please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying our videos and you would like to see more of them. Personally, I like to have a spare battery on hand with me when I'm shooting mirrorless, as you definitely don't want to run out of battery life when you're out in the field. The A7R IIIA is said to have a battery life of approximately 640 shots, and for that reason I would definitely have a spare battery on hand. I therefore included the Sony NP-FZ110 battery, which happens to also be compatible with a few of the other Sony professional cameras on the market. It costs $78 at B&H. And note that you can also buy a vertical grip for approximately $300 from B&H that will double your battery life. This brings us to a total of $4,905. With the $100 remaining, I would look out for specials on backpacks. I found this great deal at B&H, the Tamron Nagano 16-litre camera backpack that should fit your 200 to 600 lens attached to the camera body with the lens hood reversed. There will also be space left for more gear in future that you may buy. If you're wondering what to look for in a camera backpack, then check out this video that I made about exactly that topic. This brings our total to $4,984.94. Now, as I mentioned, keep an eye out for some discount deals. While I was looking through B&H's website, I came across a fantastic deal on the Sony a7R3A in kit form. For just over $3,100, you get the camera body, a small camera bag, extra battery, SD card, as well as the Sony 24-70mm f4 lens. Initially, I didn't include a wide-angle lens in the kit, as the 200 to 600mm covers a large focal length range, and the cost of a wide-angle lens just didn't fit in the budget, unfortunately. However, with this deal, it is made possible for you to have a wide-angle lens in your kit as well as a telephoto lens. I do love having a wide-angle lens in my kit out in the field because it just captures an animal much better in its environment, and it tells a completely different story to a telephoto lens. You would also be able to get some stunning night sky images with this lens. So if you patiently keep an eye out for discount deals, then you will have a fantastic all-round wildlife photography kit. I always try to stick to native lenses should the budget allow, but if it doesn't, then of course you also have the option of third-party lenses, which are considerably cheaper than the 200 to 600mm, for example. The Sigma 150 to 600mm lens, the contemporary version, comes in at $1,338. At the time of my research, it was on special together with a converter on B&H for $1,048. Tamron also has a great lens, 150 to 500mm at $1,399. You'd save between $600 and $670 should you choose these lenses. So folks, that is my chosen Sony kit for wildlife photography worth $5,000. I would suggest to rent the gear first and see if it works for your situation, and then get searching for some good deals. I'm pretty confident that you will not be disappointed in this Sony kit. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate the support, and we'll see you soon in the next video. Until then, keep well. Bye-bye.